Okay, so today is a huge day in our life. I really feel like this is probably one of the biggest, most exciting days ever. And we have our first ultrasound today. I'm so excited. And what's even better is they texted or they messaged with me, what's today? Today's Friday. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and they told me that their COVID restrictions are not lifted exactly, but they're loosening, and you're allowed to bring one visitor or one guest with you to your appointments, which literally all throughout all my IUIs, all my IVF, every appointment I've gone to in the past obviously year, I've had to go to by myself. Ken could obviously drive me, and he walked me up to the lobby, and then he just waited in the hallway. You couldn't have any guests with you at all. I don't even think technically he was supposed to sit in the hallway. There's couches and benches there, and he just waited there. I don't even know if he was supposed to do that. So it's way too perfect, and the best timing ever. It is just so beyond perfect, the timing, because obviously he was gonna have to miss our first ultrasound, which was gonna suck. And they said I could FaceTime during it, previously, before they told me they changed the restrictions. So we were gonna have him on FaceTime so he could at least kind of be part of it. But I just feel that would have obviously sucked for him to not be able to be part of the first ultrasound of our first child, to hear the heartbeat and to see it. And obviously, he could have heard over FaceTime and seen the pictures when they print it and everything, but this is just gonna be so much better, of course, that he can actually be in the room. I'm just thanking God so much that this worked out the way it did, because I guess even if he would have missed this one, and I think ultimately over the next, many months that I'm pregnant, he would eventually probably have been able to come to one. I know that a lot of OB offices are allowing spouses to come in. I'm so excited that Ken gets to be there and gets to be in the room. I'm so excited and so happy for him that because he's the dad, he's still an equal part of this whole process, and he has kind of been completely out of the whole process. He's never been allowed to come to anything. So it's really cool now that we are finally pregnant that he gets to be part of it and gets to actually experience all these firsts and just these really big moments in this pregnancy and in this baby's life. So I'm so excited that he gets to come, and I just think in general this is just going to be huge for us because it's our first ultrasound of our first kid, which is obviously monumental. We're going to hear the heartbeat, we're going to get the pictures, and hopefully to obviously get an actual more firm due date, and get more information on how exactly I'm measuring and when my weeks turn over and stuff like that. I just don't really know the specifics of where I'm at exactly, so I'm very eager to get all of that information, get some pictures to show our family, and I just feel today's gonna be the biggest day and one of the best days of our lives that we've ever had. And honestly, it will probably just change our life. Once you can hear your child's heartbeat, there's another heartbeat inside my body besides just mine, and I'm gonna hear it, because obviously you're pregnant and you feel pregnant and all these things, but to actually see the baby, see it inside of you and hear its heartbeat, it's I feel this is just gonna be a different level of confirmation that yeah, there's a baby in there, and it's obviously, God willing, please be measuring properly and in the right place, and all those kinds of things, and just obviously just hope and pray that it goes really well and you get obviously good news every single time. But to get the confirmation that you can hear it and you can see it and it's really in there and this is really happening, I feel it's gonna change the whole experience of being pregnant and feeling pregnant. And I think it's just gonna kind of be a shift in how the whole thing feels, and I just think nothing will ever be the same after today. We are so excited, and I don't think I'll be able to record anything while we're in there. They don't really allow recording of any kind. We were gonna have him record his FaceTime. If we did FaceTime, have him record his screen, but obviously we're not FaceTiming now, so we're not gonna be able to do that. But I will at least probably show the pictures and give our reaction when we get out and all that kind of stuff. I'm so excited. All right, we have arrived. It's a big day. Oh my gosh, Ken was just saying the cutest stuff. I wish I could. Well, we gotta go. I wish I got it on camera. But he was just saying how when I was with my girlfriend's little son, how it was just so sweet, and he just can't wait to just see me be like that. And he said I just seem such a natural, and I'm gonna be so warm and loving, and our kid is lucky to have me. And I just wanted to cry. It was so sweet. Okay, we gotta go. We're here in the room, about to get this done, and Ken's actually here. Best day ever. All right, we'll give an update on the appointment in a second, but we have to eat because it's literally almost 10:30 and we have not had breakfast. I got a bacon and cheese bagel with sky and cream cheese, my favorite. Ken has bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel. Oh, and I also got a huge tub of the sky and cream cheese too because I'm obsessed. All right, we are back from our appointment, as you saw. Look, my hair looks so good. We saw our baby. Yeah, it was so cool. How did you feel about being there, getting to come?
Oh my gosh. If I had to miss that, the idea of you just coming out with ultrasound pictures.
We're like on a FaceTime though. But yeah.
And then like.
It wouldn't have been quite the same,
That
yeah.
would've been so
and I think I would have been very distracted having a FaceTime, having to like look at you on the FaceTime, trying to look at the screen.
Yeah, it would have completely killed the whole situation.
Yeah, so it was so great that he got to come. Yeah. I feel like they only played like the heartbeat, like you could obviously, they put it on the screen so they could see it, but they only played the sound of it for literally
2 Mississippis, yeah.
Not even 2 Mississippi, maybe 2 Mississippis, like at the max, and they put on the screen for like less time than that, I felt like. So we didn't really get to hear the heart, like as soon as they turned the heartbeat on, like they barely even mentioned like, oh, here it is. Like they just kind of like turned it on and then turned it off, and we were like, so we didn't really feel like we got a full experience of, yeah. I mean, obviously we're gonna have more ultrasounds, so it's not a big deal, but we did get pictures, which I will show, but it had a really good, strong heartbeat in like a great location, 1 centimeter, so I'm exactly 7 weeks today, and today is March 5th. So now we know my due date is officially October 22nd. So every Friday we'll like, you know, tick another week, so we have an actual due date. We know like actually where I'm at in my pregnancy. And it was so crazy when they brought up like the actual picture of the baby. Like I wasn't sure if that's what I was looking at, because like obviously I guess it's real zoomed in, but I expected it to be like a little like blip, like a little like grain of salt that you can barely see in there, but obviously I guess it's like zoomed in or whatever, right? So when they brought it up, I was like, wait, that's it? Because it looks on the screen, it looks pretty big.
Yeah. It looks huge.
So I was not, yeah, and it was like, and the heart like really stands out, and so, and Ken was saying in the car, like everyone, we just love our doctors and like just the whole team there, even the nurses you've never seen before, like the ultrasound tech and the nurse today, like we didn't know them, but it was like my actual doctor, which we didn't even know we were gonna see our doctor today, so we were really happy that he came in. But like the whole time we're in there, every single person is just smiling ear to ear and so happy and like giggling with us and talking to us, and like it just feels like everybody's like just as happy for you as you are. It makes you feel so good to just like be around that kind of energy. And we didn't realize today was our last appointment at the fertility clinic either.
No.
Like we were like, okay, is there like another ultrasound at some point? Like when do we graduate? He's like, no, today you're graduated. So we were like not realizing the fact that we're not coming back. Like he told us the last day to take my estrogen and progesterone. He told us like when to stop it. And he said, you can call your OB and make an appointment, and like that's it. So it was like really like kind of shocking to us that, wait, this is our last time like coming here, and it's our last time kind of like seeing you and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we officially graduated. Then he also said like our possibility of miscarriage is basically none. It's like maybe a 5% chance. So Ken, that's when he like started crying. That's the only time that he cried in the appointment. I didn't cry at all. I feel like I was like way too just like caught up in talking to people and looking at the screen, and he was rubbing my shoulder, and I felt like I was just kind of all over the place mentally. But as soon as he said like, you know, it's a 95% chance that you're gonna be parents in, you know, at the end of the year, he lost it.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, I almost had the heart attack. Because at one point they have to check. Yeah. They have to check that there's not 2 heartbeats in there. They have to check if there's twins. And the way he did it, he was just like, well, you know, scan in and out. So they like zoomed through the different levels to look for it.
And like move back and forth too.
Yes, they go back and forth and all over the place. And it was just like he was studying the screen.
And he asked her to do it again. He was like, can you like keep going back and forth?
And I swear, because you saw the heartbeat and where it was, and as she zoomed out, I could have sworn I saw a second heartbeat.
And he looked like he was checking like really closely.
Yeah, he was looking really closely. He was just staring at it. No one said anything for like 5 Mississippis. And I was just like, my brain just started like, you know, shaking.
Like, wait, is there a possibility? And obviously
like,
there's not.
Nope.
One baby.
Just one. And I was like, okay.
Which is funny. And then on the drive home, obviously is when he got a little bit more emotional. He like will just like start thinking of something or say something, it'll just kind of trigger him, and he'll just like, the floodgates just open. There's no like slow build up to your emotion. It's like he's fine, and then tears are streaming down, and there is no in between. So he definitely had a couple moments of that in the car, but he's like, I'm driving, I can't lose it right now. So I didn't really get like too emotional, but I do kind of wish we had like been able to see it longer. I do wish we had been able to hear the heartbeat longer, but a lot of people don't get an ultrasound this early at like 7 weeks. So I know we'll get a whole bunch more. Maybe we'll even get one when we go to the OB. I called on the way home to make my official first OB appointment, and that's in like 2.5, 3 weeks. I think 2.5 weeks. So maybe we'll get an ultrasound there. I don't really know what to expect there. We're so excited. Like I have 2 heartbeats in me right now, and like it's a perfect size. Like everything is just good. It's like all the great news that you hope for. We're feeling so good about it.
All right, team.
The other thing that the doctor mentioned is that I am definitely good and actually encouraged to get the COVID vaccine as soon as it becomes available to me, which I think actually because I'm pregnant, I'm considered group 4, at least here in North Carolina. Ken is considered group 5 because he's just like a normal, like healthy young adult. So I am considered like technically high risk because I'm pregnant. So I technically can get the vaccine pretty soon. And he did say I could and should get it. I am extremely apprehensive to get it. And Ken and I actually had originally decided like a couple days ago that I wouldn't get it. Just because, I don't know, I'm just nervous about, you know, any kind of side effects or anything like that. But the doctor said that over like 20,000 pregnant women have gotten the vaccine at this point, and there's nothing like, you know, scientifically about it that could affect the pregnancy. So part of me, you know, definitely wants to heed his advice and get it. Part of me wants to wait until I'm like further along just so that I feel more confident in, you know, my pregnancy situation and just the whole situation. And obviously once it's kind of like, Ken likened it to like a boarding pass. Like once they pass your, you know, boarding group, you can board, you know, whenever you want. So even if they go past obviously group 4, I can still go get the vaccine whenever. So we're still a little bit debating like when to pull the trigger on that, like if we want to do it right away or wait a little bit. But I mean, the doctor was saying the risks of the vaccine are so low, but the risks if you were to get COVID of something going wrong with a baby are high. So obviously it just makes sense, and the baby would be protected, you know, they would get the antibodies and stuff like that from me. But overall, I'm just feeling like everything just feels, as you would expect, like just so much more real. Like I saw my baby, I have a picture of my baby, I heard the heartbeat, like it looks perfect and everything is going well, and obviously that's all you can hope and pray for. So I'm just so excited that we got like just really good news, and I'm just so thankful that Ken was able to be part of that. Like that is just such a special moment, and he's, as you can tell, he's like very emotionally like connected to this whole process. So it would have been so heartbreaking for him to have to miss that. So I'm just so thankful he was able to be a part of it. The timing of all this just really worked out. So yeah, I have an OB appointment. He is allowed to come to that as well, which is really exciting. And like I said, that'll be in a couple weeks. I don't know what they're gonna do there, especially since like I've already kind of been cared for a little bit at the clinic. Of course, we will be vlogging and documenting the whole entire process, but I will show you all the pictures in just one second. Oh, and also I wore my, you can't really, my hair's so gross, worth the wait. This is a maternity sweatshirt from Target. I can link this if it's still available by the time I'm posting this, but it is a maternity sweatshirt, which I got this. Obviously, I feel like it's super, super relevant to our situation, the worth the wait, but the doctor, funnily enough, noticed it like as soon as he walked in. He's like, is that like specific for this occasion? And I'm like, kind of. Like he's like, have you had it for a while? I was like, no, I recently bought it. But I guess, I don't know, I would have thought a lot of people there would be wearing something like this. But I mean, I don't know if people are buying like maternity clothes this early in their pregnancy, but I actually saw this on Target like probably like a year ago maybe. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is gonna be so perfect for us, because obviously we had quite a long wait. So I've kind of had my eye on it for forever, but I didn't want to like jump the gun and buy it like before, you know, I had a need for it. So obviously once I like have a belly, this is gonna be like extra cute. But he noticed it and he thought it was funny. He was also the first person to kind of ask like, oh, what pregnancy symptoms are you having? How have you been feeling? And stuff like that, which I haven't really talked to anybody about how I've been feeling. But he said like as soon as he saw the baby, he's like, it's beautiful. Like he said it was perfect and everything just looked really good, and obviously kept saying congratulations. And then he was also saying, when you have a big belly, like please come back and see us. And once you have the baby, please come back and see us. Like they just feel kind of connected to the babies that they help create. He actually said before COVID, they used to have baby parties where all the people that got pregnant as like a result of the clinic would get together with their babies. So I'm hoping, especially now that like COVID is kind of, you know, not like it's going away, but people are starting to be able to like lift some of the restrictions and people are getting vaccinated and all that. I'm hoping that's something that maybe they bring back and we'd be able to be a part of, because I think that'd be such a cool thing to celebrate and be able to like see other moms that have had success stories and dads that have had success stories, you know, at the clinic. And I don't know, I think that would be really special. So okay, let me show you the pictures now. All right, here are the pictures. This one is obviously specifically the heartbeat. It says it's 147 beats per minute. So that is so good. And I think the line pretty much goes like right through the heart. I think that's like what that dictates. There it is. I think the arrow is also kind of like putting it towards the heart. Like that's kind of like the bulge where the heart is. So this is our child, y'all. Like this is our baby. It's still still does not seem real. Like I really thought today it would be like, oh my gosh, like a slap in the face, like this is real, this is happening. And I mean, I obviously think it and know it, but at the same time, like it still feels like it's insane and impossible and unreal, but it's real. It's a freaking miracle. Oh my gosh. And it's so cute. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty nauseous right now. I'm pretty much nauseous most of the day. And Ken's like, we should make you a ginger ale like smoothie. So, or like this will kind of be, yeah, it might not work. He's like, I'll just put a bunch of ginger ale with a bunch of ice and make kind of like a slushy, which that might be delicious. I'm excited. I think it's too much ice. Oh. Yeah, because it's carbonated, yeah. But I am 7 weeks and 4 days today, and the nausea is real.